What is up, and welcome back to the Wigan Athletic career, where we are set to get things started in the Premier League, which means we have a big transfer window coming up today. A promotion transfer window, which are always fun and always just a little bit stressful. For our objectives this season, honestly, the only one that matters is avoiding relegation. That's literally it. I honestly don't care what else happens this season as long as we avoid relegation. And the board kind of is in agreement with that. They also want us to reach the round of 16 in the FA Cup. Sure, we'll give it a try, maybe. I honestly don't care if we get that or not. I just want to avoid relegation. And I'll put this out there right now. I don't think we're going to get relegated. In fact, I think we could possibly finish as high as mid-table. I don't even think we're going to be in a relegation battle this year. And that may be naive. That may be quite a bit cocky. But this team, back-to-back promotions when no one really thought it was possible, I just don't think we're going to be in a position that we're going to be battling relegation this year. I just don't think this team is built like that. Put a bookmark on that. We'll come back to it at the end of the year if we are in a relegation battle and we end up going down. But I honestly, in my heart, don't believe that is going to happen. So this is what our team currently looks like. I feel like if the season started tomorrow, this is the squad I would put out there for our first game with what we currently have in our team. Hopefully, we're going to do a lot of business. We're going to go through the team right now, and we'll have some major changes before that first game. So starting up top, I think the front four of Arabi, Asgard, Moore, and Gonzalez, I don't think we're going to be making many changes there, or any at all, to be honest. We'll take a look. We'll see what free agents are out there, see if anyone doesn't have a contract going into this season, and that would be realistically the only way we look to do anything there. I just think with the amount of upgrades we need across the back four, we're not going to look to spend money, at least not transfer fees, on our front four. I think they're capable of scoring goals in the Premier League. I could be wrong, and if I am, we're in a lot of trouble, but I'm going to put my money on that front four being able to figure out how to put the ball in the back of the net. In the CDM positions with Pavic and Benavidez is 28, but he doesn't have any more potential. He's not a bad player, though. Pavic is younger, 19, and he grew by quite a bit last year. I really like both of them. If I had to go into next year with those two as my starting CDMs, I wouldn't be terribly upset. I do worry about Pavic, though. To be honest, if we could find a free agent that's more closer to mid to high 70s rated, I'd be more comfortable with Pavic he's still just 19 after all. I'd be more comfortable with Pavic coming off the bench next season. And that brings us to our back four. The source of much turmoil in the first two seasons with this club. Let's just get right into this thing. Starting with our right back, Sessegnon. He has maxed out his potential now at 71. We will look for an upgrade in that position. Whether he stays or he goes, I don't know. But we will have a new right back by the start of the season. Flores Bacher, I have in there as our number 2 center back right now behind Will Fish. Honestly, I think he is our second best center back. I did loan list him after the season ended last year before we rolled over to this new season and some bigger teams were coming in for him. So I thought maybe it actually might be a good idea to hang on to this kid. He does seem quite good. And then we do have Will Fish, who I like. I thought he played very, very well last year. If we get an offer in for him, maybe we do look to sell him. I'm going to upgrade these two spots either way. I think we need just better quality center backs in general. And then we have Alan Rodriguez. He almost died last year in last episode, actually. I almost killed him myself. That being said, he might be the only one in there that actually goes into next season as the starter. He might be our starting left back. We'll have to see what's available, though. And then that also leaves us with Sam Tickle. We'll look at goalkeepers. I will do my due diligence in this position. I'm still just not sure if I want to go forward with Sam Tickle. Do I trust Sam Tickle? Do I need to replace Sam Tickle? I don't freaking know. As for the rest of the squad, let's be honest, there's not a lot of Premier League quality players in this team, is there? We're going to look to move a lot of these players. I think a lot of it at this point is, it's hard to say it's dead weight when there's still the possibility of us getting relegated, because these players were great in the championship. They're just not going to get it done in the Premier League. So like Etete, fantastic last season, Probably not a Premier League quality player, though, so we'll look at free agency to maybe boost our backup striker position a little bit. Pasalic will look to keep. He's just a quality player, and I don't want to spend money to replace him. Cyprien, probably going to look to sell him. Lewis Thornton, our young superstar, probably going to look to loan him this year. He's still just 18 years old. I just don't think he's going to get the playing time he'll need to develop. We'll probably look to see what options are available for loan for him for this season. Charlie Hughes, we've been around and around with this one. I think he just needs to change the scenery. We'll look to sell him. We'll see what offers we get in for him. Acosta, he'll probably stick around as our backup goalkeeper. Not really too fussed about that. Reagan, on the fence, leaning towards looking to sell him. We'll field some offers for him. Rankin has already been sold, £2.9 million. I don't even know who I sold him to in this point. I think Cagliari, maybe? Honestly, not sure, but we got some money in for him. He will be gone once we advance a day. Prieto, I think we'll keep around. Good versatility, right back, left back option. I think he'd be a good squad player to have this year. Corbin, look to loan him out. Danino's already been loaned out. He'll be at Leeds this year. Baugh, probably just look to sell. Leonard will probably stick around. Cruz, loan. Ashton, loan. Morel, sell him. Forbes has already been loaned out to Deportivo Alaves. Tuma, he was on loan last season. I think he's going to be with us this year, which is why we're going to loan out Lewis Thornton. He grew so much out on loan. I'm hoping the same thing happens to Thornton. And then next year, Thornton comes back and is an absolute monster for us. And then Sigurdsson, probably just look to sell him. I don't think he has any potential. So that is the plan. There was a lot of players we're going to look to move on. As scary as it is, I don't even know what our budget is. You know what? I think next step, let's see how much money we have to work with. And last season, if we remember back, I think our budget was like 8 to 10 million pounds in the championship. I think it was 8 million. In League One, I think it was like 2 million in our first season. Then we went to 8 million. I was expecting somewhere in the 20 to 30 million range. I know jumping up to the Premier League is a big jump. Huge amounts of TV money floating around at this level. Our transfer budget's 46.6 million pounds. Yeah, we're about to go nuts. So the first offer that came in is for Joe Morel, and it was for 1.4 million, negotiated up to 1.5 million. Honestly, with the transfer budget we have, a couple 100,000 here or there isn't going to make a difference. So we'll move him on. I think he's going to end up moving to Belgium. We have some input coming in from some players that we're looking to either loan or sell. And Lewis Thornton, I'm not going to lie, I misread this at first. I thought this was going to say he doesn't want to go out on loan. He's really happy here, but it actually is the exact opposite. He's not happy and is glad he's going out on loan, which is not exactly a promising sign from our budding young superstar in the making. But hopefully a loan out this year will kind of sort him out. Something that I am very aware of is our wage structure here at Wigan. Our highest earner now is Mikey Moore. We signed him on deadline day in January last season. He's making $21,500 per week, which is almost double what Will Fish is making as the second highest earner on $11,500 per week. Yeah, we're going to have to take a look at this a little bit. We got a handful of players in there after them at around 11K, which is fine. The issue here is some players down here, such as Yusuf Arabi. Our star striker is still on the same contract that we gave him in League One when we bought him 2 years ago. Yeah, he's going to need a new contract or he is going to revolt, and I honestly at this point don't blame him. Thilo Asgard, probably going to need a new contract as well. So I'm going to go through here and take care of some players that absolutely have earned just a little bit more money. And let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just start with Yusuf Arabi. I know it's going to be a problem. We'll go crucial first team player. Obviously, he is our star striker. It's still just 23 years old as well. Can we get an extra 3 years on the contract? Nice. No release clause. Only wants 20K per week. That is incredibly reasonable. I thought he was going to ask for like 50. I thought we were going to have a real problem on our hands, but that is actually not too bad. You know what? 1.5 million or 1.1 million for 25 goals. If you hit 25 goals this season, I think you will have earned it. And I will finally put to rest my distrust. I keep calling him our star striker. I still don't trust him. But you know, if he bags 25 goals in the Prem, I'll trust him. I'll put it to rest. I'll give him everything that he is asking for. Up next is Brian Gonzalez, who is also on the 5.6 thousand pounds per week that we gave him in League One. So let's get him signed up. He's also our highest rated player, by the way, at 77 overall, and has been pretty much the MVP of the team in our first 2 years here. Since he signed, essentially, he's been the best player in the team. So let's give him, can we do a 3-year contract extension for him as well? Also just 23 years old. Yes, no release clause. Don't want that. He's not going to ask for the money. I have to put this out there. Okay. So 20K. You know what? Can I just do 20K? Mikey Moore's making 21 and a half. So you know what? Let's go. I think 25K for Brian Gonzalez. Make him the highest earner of the team. I said he's the best player. I might as well make him the highest earner. I think that's only fair. And we'll go a 3. I don't know what the bonus was for Robbie. I'm just going to set it at 300 and see if he says we're good. We are good. 2 of our biggest question marks, and the scariest 2 are the ones I was worried about doing, already done, and it really wasn't that bad. Thilo Asgard is a little bit trickier. Well, I'm going to start off with 16,500 per week with a 200K bonus. I think the bonus is probably going to put it over the top. He might ask for a little bit more money per week. 24K per week. Are you good? Well, there was always going to be one that kind of screwed us over. I wasn't expecting it to be Thilo, though. That is not... I don't really want to make him the second highest earner at the club. He's been good. I just don't... I know he doesn't have much more potential than what he's at. I don't really know if this is what I want to do with him. Let's remove the goal bonus, because that's insane. And... I don't... He's not going to get that. I can go 20. Will he take 20? Are we good there? 24.5K. We might have a problem here. Yeah, I'm not willing to pay him that much. I know we have a ton of money. Maybe we revisit this at some point this season. He's still got 2 years-ish left on his contract. Is it me? Let me know. Is that just kind of unreasonable to make him nearly the same amount of money, put him at the same amount of money as Brian Gonzalez? More than Yusuf Arabi? It doesn't seem right. So I decided to also have a look at the contract for Benavidez, who is on an expiring deal. And he wants 32,500 per week, which at first glance seems a bit obscene. But I think players that are kind of in their prime just generally want more money. And it's weird because I'm kind of willing to do this one. I wasn't willing to do the 24.5 for Asgard, arguably a much more impactful player. But 32.5 for Benavidez, just, I don't know. I'm more comfortable doing that. And actually taking a look at this now and kind of thinking through it a little bit more. Once we're able to negotiate with Asgard again, I think we'll go back and take care of that one as well and give him the money that he wants. So I guess it's just going to be, the first couple contracts were just less than I was expecting to pay. I don't think this is necessarily an overpay. So let's get the shopping started, and we're going to start with center back. Obviously, the area of most need, we probably need 2 starting caliber center backs. And I have looked at pretty much every center back on the planet, and I put together a short list, technically, but realistically, it's not short at all. I was looking at a price range for our top center back I want to bring in. It was probably between 10 to 15, maybe 18 million. Remember, I thought our transfer budget was going to be somewhere between 20 and 30 million pounds. 15 to 18 million would have been a huge chunk of that. But now that our transfer budget is almost double what I expected it to be, suddenly 15 to 18 million is affordable and very, very affordable. And my number one target was going to be Jarell Quansah from Liverpool. He's been out on loan for a couple seasons. I think last year in game, he was out on loan in Italy somewhere. Somehow, this kid, 23 years old, English center back, for maybe as low as 12.6 million pounds, just based on value alone, we got to bring him in. He would be a massive upgrade in the heart of our defense. So I started off with an offer of 13.5 million. And actually, they're cool with that. They just want a 6% sell-on clause. Can I get the transfer fee? I'm cool with the sell-on clause. 6% is not that much. Can I drop it down to 12.5 with a 6%? 12.5 with an 8% sell-on clause? Yeah, you know what? I think that's perfectly fine. If he grows at all and he hits 80 plus overall, we can sell him for probably 30 plus million. We'll turn a profit on him no matter what if we decide to sell him at some point. So yeah, that is a ridiculously good price. Like I said, for a center back that's so much better than what we've already got. And this is where the tricky part comes in, his contract. He's making $56,000 at Liverpool. Our top earner right now, I think now, is Benavidez with his new contract. But Quansah's just flat out better than everybody that we got. Let's start off with, he's making 56. Can we start off with like 40? He's gonna want more than that. I'm gonna do 40 with a 300K bonus. Let's see if that can at least, he doesn't walk away. I think we're good. No, 40 actually is not bad. He does want another million, almost $750,000 after 10 clean sheets and a 380K bonus. Can I remove the clean sheet bonus? I'll give you an extra, let's just make this a cool 500K. I can barely see that number. 40K wage, 500K bonus. Are you good with that? He is good with that. I'm okay with 40,000 pounds a week for Jarell Quansah. That is upgrade number 1 into the team, and it's a big one. So taking a break from the center back position, we will come back to that. I decided to take a look at the right back spot now. We found some decent free agents, 73, 74 rated. I actually might sign Kevin Fisher just because he is free and we could turn a profit on him at some point down the road and he'd be a decent backup option for us in there. But I don't think, given their market value, I don't think they have much potential. I don't think they're going to get higher than probably the mid 70s. So, I think we could do a little bit better than that. Justin Shea, love me an American, but he's not necessarily an upgrade over Sessegnon right now. I was actually set to go with Ryan Andrews here. He is an upgrade, not a significant one, but an upgrade nonetheless, and he does have pretty good potential, I would think. Probably going to cost us between 4.5 to 6 million pounds, but that's decent. I think that's something that we can swing. I also found a couple of right backs chilling, some English right backs chilling at Monaco. No idea why they're stockpiling English right backs, but they are. And then one last sweep of English right backs around the world, and I found Ainsley Maitland-Niles chilling at Copenhagen. He's worth 8 million pounds, has a release clause of 4. Don't know how he swung that into his contract, but I will absolutely take advantage of that. I think he looks like a pretty decent defender. Significant upgrade over Sessegnon or anyone else we have in the team that can play right back or left back at this point. I think he's probably more of a natural winger / center mid, but you know what? If Arsene Wenger says he can defend, who am I to question it? All right, so to bring Ainsley home, he wants 33.5K per week. Significant pay bump over what he was making at Copenhagen, but you know, it's the Premier League, so that's to be expected. Not a huge fan of the 220K on the clean sheet bonus, though, so let's get rid of that. Let's bump the signing bonus up by 50K? See what he says about that? He'll probably want like 35K in return. Nope, he's good with that. Ainsley, welcome home. We've got ourselves a right back. On the other side, I was looking at Omar Campos for left back. Not that we need to sign a left back, because we do have Alan Rodriguez, but Rodriguez pissed me off, and honestly, I just want to sell him at this point. Omar Campos would cost us probably about 5 million, but then I also found Alex Moreira, a free agent worth 8 million pounds. So, yeah, we're gonna sign him and probably look to sell Alan Rodriguez, or maybe we keep Alan Rodriguez still and give him a new contract because he is on an expiring deal. After we sign Moreira, maybe Rodriguez wants a lesser role and he can be more of a utility player, can play left back and right back. I'm not sure, but I know one thing for sure. We're signing Alex Moreira. And I actually did the Moreira deal without, I thought there was gonna be more negotiation there. I just signed him for 22K per week. It said I was gonna need to give him almost 30K. Got him for way less. That's why I thought some negotiation, but there wasn't. So yeah, he's in the squad. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with Rodriguez. We do have to start keeping an eye on the transfer budget, though, because we are down to about 21 million. So we've used over half the transfer budget. I think we only used one transfer fee, right? Just the one for the center back, Quansah. And then we've done a lot of deals for like signing bonuses and whatnot. But we're also going to be selling some players. We've only gotten the money in for the Dion Rankin deal. So we're going to sell some players that'll boost the transfer budget back up and clear up some roster spots. So actually, let's just take a look at what we have so far. So across the back four, Sessegnon comes out for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. We got Jarrell Kwanzaa coming in for Bacher, I'm guessing. I think Fish is still our second best center back now. We still have a lot of money. I'm not sure if we go for another center back or not. Do we roll with Will Fish? I'll have to consider it. I'm not sure. We still have a lot of money. We could make a deal there. And then Rodriguez coming out for Alex Morera. So that is what the back four now looks like. And it looks pretty freaking good, if I do say so myself. I still haven't looked at goalkeepers. I don't know what's available for that. And I'm still going to look at CDMs. And then we still have a lot of players left to sell. We got Cyprien we're going to look at selling. Reagan, Baugh, Hughes. We could bring in 10 plus million pounds with selling some players here. So I think I'm going to advance a couple days. I'm still on day 2 of the transfer window. We've done a lot so far, but we need to advance and try to start selling some players. We do have a couple offers in for Steven Sessegnon, and I was kind of on the fence of whether or not I wanted to keep him around as a squad player. He can play right back and left back and up on the right mid and probably left mid, but I'll be honest, I think it's just time to let him go. If he's just 26 years old, if he sticks around, he's just going to be a backup for the rest of his career. He's still got some good use left in him. So we'll look at some deals here and we'll figure something out. We'll move him on. And we have an offer in for Charlie Hughes. It's from Sheffield United for £4.7 million. You can tell I'm not really enthusiastic about this. I don't want to sell Charlie Hughes. Honestly, I don't. On paper, he should be a really, really solid center back, and I think he still has potential. He should be a good player, but just on the field, it doesn't work. And I think we just have to sell him. So I'll negotiate with Sheffield United. The offer's not bad, but I think we can get over $5 million easy for him, maybe closer to 6. We'll see what we can do. So I was looking at possibly extending Alan Rodriguez's contract just to keep him on as a squad player. You know, he can play left back, right back, be a decent depth option, but yeah, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be a starter, and he wants some pretty high wages to stay here. Part of me wants to just do this deal, use him for the first half of the season as a squad player, and then sell him in January for a bit more of a profit, because he'll be on a longer term contract, because right now he's on an expiring contract. But I think the smart play here is just to cut ties. Let's just sell him now and just take what we get for him. Some more offers coming in, but the big one is for Marco Pasalic from Borussia Mönchengladbach. They're offering 4.7, but it says I could get up to 9 million for him. So I don't necessarily need to sell him. So I would need close to that 9 million, probably 7.5 I would settle for. So I'll negotiate. We'll see what they say. If they give me somewhere around 7.5 million, I could be persuaded to move him on. Quick update on the deals we are working on. Charlie Hughes, we have an offer accepted of 6.1 million pounds from Sheffield United, not Sheffield Wednesday. Apologies, Sheffield United. Sigurdsson, I'm just trying to get him off the books. 360k to Dundee United. Same with Baugh, just 1.7 million pounds. Just trying to get him out of here. Rafa Cruz is kind of in limbo because I've decided I don't want to loan him because he just flat out isn't good enough and I just want to sell him. So I'm going to try to figure out if I can just get him out of here permanently. And then the deal for Marco Pasalic did fall through. Mönchengladbach did not want to pay anywhere near the 7 million I wanted. So yeah, he's staying for now. Oh, it's a sad day. Charlie Hughes walking out the door. He is off to whatever team. Sheffield United. I couldn't remember what team I just said I sold him to, but yeah, he's off to Sheffield United. 6.1 million pounds for our former captain. Still not sure that was the right decision. So we are down to primarily needing a CDM and a center back. We're going to start with CDM because this is a much more difficult decision than center back. There's just a lot of different ways we could go here. We have like a younger player like Marcus Barnett from West Ham, only 20 years old, but looks like he has phenomenal potential. He looks like a good player now. It would take him just a little bit of time to really develop a little bit. I think he could be, 80, mid to high 80s potential possibly. But is he enough of an upgrade on Pavic now to really warrant spending how much? 7 to 9 million on him? He's also the cheapest of these options. There's more veteran players like a Tyler Adams, Zambo Anguissa, Weston McKennie, although I think Weston McKennie's probably a little too expensive coming from Juventus. His wages are kind of outrageous. It would cost us, yeah, at least like 15 million. We only have like 26 million and we still need a center back. I think Weston McKennie's a little too expensive, although we might cycle back to him in January, possibly a free transfer on contract expiration. So maybe to take the place of Benavidez next season. But I think primarily I'm down to Zambo Anguissa and Barnett. Do we want the veteran player? We definitely won't turn a profit on Zambo Anguissa because he's 30 years old. Or do we go with a younger option, the cheaper option? I'm not gonna lie, Marcus Barnett he looks and reminds me of a young Declan Rice. I think Barnett's kind of the way to go here. We already have a veteran midfielder in Benavidez. A youngster next to him wouldn't be the worst idea. I think we go Barnett here. I'm just gonna offer them 8 million straight up and see what they say. They want Alan Rodriguez. I'm okay with that, to be honest. They want Alan Rodriguez plus 3.35 million. I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just sell Alan Rodriguez if I'm being honest. Or maybe if we can get this down to like 2 million plus Alan Rodriguez, I'd be willing to do that. No, they want the 3 million plus Alan Rodriguez. No, I think we're gonna remove Alan Rodriguez. We're just gonna go straight back in with a transfer fee. I did 8 million. Let's just do the 8 million again and see what they say. Maybe 8 million is close. 8.1 mil. Okay, they wanted an extra 50,000. That fine. You know what? We'll do it. So for his wages, I was kind of hoping they would throw a number out there so we could go back and forth based on that, but they're not going to. I'm gonna start with 30K. That might be a little bit low, but I think we're going to be at least in the ballpark here. No, they're good with 30. Did I overpay him? Was he not on 36.5K at West Ham? He's going to take a pay cut to come here. I'm not going to question it. We have a new midfielder. So that brings us to our center back situation, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that, to be honest. I found Hwang Jae-won in Korea. I definitely want to sign him. It says he plays center back, but at 5'11", I'm not too sure. I think he is more of a right back, which is one of his secondary positions. He just looks like more of a right back to me, and I do need more depth at right back and left back. So I'm definitely going to sign him, and then I'll see how much money we have left and figure out the center back situation after that. Well, these negotiations are not going very well. They are dead set at 4.25 million. I cannot get them to come down from that. Is he worth 4.25 million? That'll leave me 11.5 million to figure out center back, which I think is enough money. We might have to go with a little bit of a cheaper option at center back, but I think that's okay. I like our center back options. Is it worth doing? Yeah, because I still have to sell Alan Rodriguez, which will get us probably 5 million back. So you know what? Yeah, I think that's fine. And Hwang Jae-won only wants rotation squad role, which is ideal. That is kind of what I am signing him for. Does want a release clause, but that is way more than double what we paid for him, so shouldn't that be a problem until years down the road, I think. So I'm going to submit that as the wage. I'm hoping that isn't like super low ball and he's going to walk out. He's good with the 21K. I think that's what I paid him. Either way, I just saw what is he wearing. Doesn't matter. Hwang Jae-won, welcome to Wigan. And for our center back, I've decided on Callum Doyle. I'm not confident in that, if you couldn't tell. This is also very dependent on wages. His wages are going to have to come way down for us to sign him. He's on like 56K at Manchester City. So if the wages come down, I think this is something we can do. It said his wages 65K or was it 56? Am I just dyslexic? I swear it said 56. 65 is even worse. I mean, I can't really do more than like 35. That's really stretch. I mean, the budget's starting to dwindle a little bit here. I'll do 300K. Oh, we are really up against it here. Is that going to be... I don't think this is going to be enough. I don't think we're going to be able to do Callum Doyle. He wants 38K. Yeah, that's more than we have. I kind of figured that was going to be a problem. So, that's okay. We move on to plan B. And plan B was George Moss, except I really screwed up the negotiations, and I thought I offered $9 million. I offered $7 million, so they walked away. It's okay. Plan C. And plan C is Nicholas Valentini from Boca. Why does everyone want Will Fish? I don't want to give up Will Fish. I don't understand what the dysfunction. That is $9 million worth of, or £9 million worth of players. Are you good, Boca? Well, the player's barely worth the same as Will Fish. Like, I don't. What are you guys on? Can we just do 6.65 and let's get this thing done? They want $9.1 million. Okay, we're playing C's. Nope. That ain't gonna happen. What plan? Plan D? Do we even have a plan D? All right. Valeri Bondar from Shakhtar. They're good with that. They want a 10% sell-on clause. 10% is kind of a lot. I feel like I'm tempting fate on this because it's just been a nightmare trying to buy a center back. But we'll bump it up 200K. Are you good with 7.7? £8 million. You know what? Just do it. I've been recording for almost 5 hours. I just want to get this last player in and be done. Okay, here we go. His current wage is $18,500. I have no idea what to offer him. I feel like 30. Can I just do 30? I have enough for 30. And I'll do 200K. I feel like that's overpaying, but you know what? I'm doubling your wages, bro. Just sign the paper. Sign the contract. He wants £1.6 million for 25 clean sheets. You know who we have in goal? I never looked for a goalkeeper. Don't worry. I don't have a plan for that. I just realized I didn't look for a goalkeeper. I definitely don't have the money to do that now. 31. Just sign that. Are we good there? 39.5K. That's almost every single penny that we have. Is he worth 39.5K? Yeah, I think he is. I think we could use the center back. Let's just do it. And I'm hoping this should be. It is. Alan Rodriguez has been sold. Honestly, don't know who I sold him to. Was it Fulham? Or was it? I don't know. There was a couple of teams that came in for him. I don't even know how much. How much did we get for him? There was one that was $6 million. It was Fulham, so it was the $6 million. Nottingham Forest came in with 6.25. I accepted that one. He ended up going to Fulham because, of course, he did. Had to screw me one last time, but that's okay. I said $6 million was fine. We got our $6 million. It is what it is. We're good. All right, we have reached the preseason tournament, which means we have reached our stopping point for this episode. I like to take care of the preseason tournament off camera, work out some kinks with the team, but we're going to recap everything we've done this episode in this transfer window, and it has been a lot that we've gotten through. In fact, I have now been going for over 5 hours. My mind is fried. I need a break. But to recap, well, first of all, we sold Dion Rankin right before the season turnover date for $2.9 million. Then, in the transfer window, we sold Joe Morel for $1.5 million, Sessegnon for $2.3 million, Charlie Hughes for $6.1 million, Stein Sigurdsson for $360K, Bob we sold for $1.7 million, Reagan for $2 million, Alan Rodriguez finally left for $6 million, Rafa Cruz came out of our youth academy, we sold him for $730K, and then Keon Atete we sold for $2.7 million. So all in all, with most of these guys being free agents, we actually turned a pretty good profit. And then we do have a few people going out on loan. Frederick Corbin and Bobby Ashton, a couple of left backs / right backs. And then we are sending Lewis Thornton back to the championship to Ipswich to play for this season. Leeds also offered to take him for the year, but Leeds got promoted with us. I don't want to send him on loan to Leeds. I don't think he'll play there. Same reason he's not going to play with us. So I figured it would be better to send him back to Ipswich. So he'll get plenty of playing time, I think, in the championship this season. And hopefully he grows by quite a bit. And then on to the players that we signed. We got Marcus Barnett coming in for $8.1 million, Valeri Bondar for $8 million, Jarrell Quansah, the star signing, which I kind of kick this whole thing off with our star signing. I'm not sure we usually do that, but that's okay. $12.5 million, Ashley Maitland-Niles for $4 million, and then we also signed Hwang Jae-won for $4.3 million, and then some free agents, Alexander Morera, our new left back, Lewis Smythe and Liam Cullen, a couple of backup striker options. And as I said, that is where we're going to end it for today. That is a look at our new starting 11. Looks really, really strong. The defense just looks so much better. I could cry, to be honest. Oh, that could also be the 5 hours I've been recording for. I'm not really sure. Might be a bit of both, but that is where we're going to end it for today. If you did enjoy it, and looking forward to kicking off things in the Prem next episode, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. I will see you when we come back for some more Wigan Athletic career. See ya.